Hey everybody, this is Robin from Roaming with Rover. And this week is the Spin for Friends. This is this friend pick week. And I have to tell you, I thought about it because remember before I was talking about do I want to keep spinning every week or do I want to keep working on a project? But since it was friend week, I did not want to skip that. So let me give you the update on where I was last week, and then we'll do the friend spin. Okay, so last week we did the knit spin, and what came up was the socks for Mister. So I grabbed the beautiful skein of yarn, this beautiful skein of yarn, and this is a 3-weight, but it is a sock yarn. It's got the nylon in it. And I have to tell you, those of you who are sock makers, I have always heard that when you're doing socks, you need to have nylon in it. You absolutely need to have nylon in it. But the other day, I was reading an article, and it kind of made sense. It said, people have been making socks for decades, if not centuries, out of 100% wool. They didn't have nylon, and it worked just fine. That the key was making sure that your wool was tightly woven and knit tight, that it wasn't a loose knit. And so now I am going to do a little more research on that. And I'm going to look into that a little bit more. Because there's been a lot of times where I have come across a beautiful yarn, but it didn't have any nylon in it. So I'm really going to, I'm going to check into that more. And I'm interested to see if any of you guys have any experience, any thoughts, any knowledge about that particular subject. Please leave me a comment about that if you know anything, because I do want to learn more about this. But it makes sense. We certainly didn't have nylon. We had 100% wool, and that's all there was. So I wanted to make Mr. a pair of socks. I did not want to go through the mess that I went through before. And I was talking with Miss Cheryl, and she has made some spiral no-heel socks. And she followed, is it a pattern? Yeah, I guess it's a pattern. And I even remembered to write it down. So it's by Nerdy Knitting, and it's her no-heel spiral sock. And so I started it out. And look at this. This is how far I got. Isn't that amazing? This is a 3-weight yarn. This is a 3-weight yarn. Yeah, it seems a little thinner than that. And I wanted to, yeah, I do have a tape measure deep down in this. Oh, sorry, I'm bouncing you guys around. Don't mean to do that. Oh, come on. I can feel it, but I can't grab it. I want to say she's about 8 inches long at this point. Isn't this adorable little tape measure? Little piggy. And you pull the ear. Okay, yep, 8 inches long. So it's 8 inches long. And I need to go, where's my notes? See my bag? I got this from a yarn retreat that we went to last December. Okay, so I have to make this be 13 inches long, and then we're going to start the toe. And the toe on this is a really nice decreased toe. And it's not a Kirchner. So the toe also can be done, you can wear it anywhere. And that's the advantage of doing a tube sock, is that you can put it on any which way and it's going to last longer because it doesn't have that one wear spot. Okay, so let me tell you how this thing started. I had gotten these are my ChiaoGoo needles, and I had started this thing on a pair of ChiaoGoo interchangeable needles that I had gotten a new cable, and the new cable was a metal cable. and I hated the connection. Where the connection was, my yarn was sticking every single stitch. So that was driving me crazy. So when I got back home and I switched to my red cables, which I dearly love, and I was doing the magic loop. So I had my big loops here, and every few stitches I was moving my loop and moving my loop and moving my loop. And it was taking so long because you don't have very many stitches here, and it was taking forever. So I broke down and I found my local yarn store, Paradise Fibers, had some 9-inch knitting needles. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to find the 9-inch needles. Even when I had my store and I tried a couple times to buy some stock, couldn't get any. So it's a 9-inch, and that's from tip to tip. And look how small those needles are. They're only like 2 inches. So it took me a couple of days. I mean, literally, look how tiny this is. It took me a couple of days to get used to knitting with these. But once I did, I've kind of gotten in the rhythm now, and it feels pretty okay. It feels pretty okay. I think I'm going to enjoy this. I've tried it. It's pulling kind of oddly. So we got this big blue blob there, and then the other side is a big yellow blob. But it reminds me of a Van Gogh painting. Just those colors remind me of a Van Gogh painting. I don't know why. So somebody said put it on your arm and you'll get a better idea of what it's going to look like. So that's it. But it's got a lot of stretch to it. And so far I can put it on Mister's foot, and I think it's going to be okay. If I do another pair of these, I'm going to go up in needle size. This is only a 2. The pattern said to use a 5, but I did that and it was so loose. And I was going to drop down to a 3, but I didn't have a 3 with me. So I ended up with a 2. But I'm loving this. I'm loving the way it's working up. I really am loving the way these are working up. And I can't wait to keep going on them, which is why I was thinking about not doing the spin this week. However, this is an easy to carry with me project. I can put the whole thing right in this one little bag. I got my little clicker to help me keep track of my rows. I wrote my pattern down in here. So this has been a real easy project for me. And I'm really, really enjoying it. But I did not want to skip the friend spin week. So, without further ado, I have already done the spin and talked to my person. So I've got that part recorded for you to watch that part, and then I'll be back. Okay, time to spin the wheel for the friends pick. So we'll spin it, and then I will go and talk to that person and see what they want to do. Here's the wheel. There's the names. I added a couple names to it, took off a couple names. Let's see if I can do it this way. Boom. Who gets to pick this week? Oh, yay! That's Miss Trish. That's one of my yarn angels. I know what she's gonna pick. She's one of my knitting friends, so I have a really good suspicion she's gonna pick a knitting project. But she also crochets, so she might pick crochet. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, we're back. And I know it's a little confusing, but I had to do the spin part early so I could get a hold of my person, have them give a chance to let me know what they wanted me to do. She surprised me. She surprised me, kind of. I knew she was going to pick a knit project. I knew that. And I thought she would choose something out of my WIP basket, because she is always on me to finish something, finish something, finish something. But I also thought she would tell me to keep working on these socks. What she picked, however, now remember, the options for the friend spin is something I'm currently working on, something out of my WIP basket. And she could just randomly choose one of those things, or we could spin the WIP wheel and whatever it lands on, it lands on. What she decided was because at first she said, I want you to work on something that you are close to finishing. And I said, honestly, there isn't anything like I'm close to finishing. everything is going to take a few weeks. And so then she says, wait, I know what I want you to work on. Last week, 2 weeks ago, remember I told you I'm getting my items ready to take with me when I go on my trip to Texas next month. And I had cast on a hat. The Musselburgh hat. Actually, it's called the Musselbrow hat. And it's a very simple design, but the way she has created this, you can use any weight of yarn and you don't have to do a swatch. So it's got an interesting crown. And then once you get the crown done and then you check your gauge, then you just go round and round and round, stockinette stitch all the way till you're done. And then you do the other half of the crown. So I had cast that on a couple of weeks ago, and I am working on getting it big enough to check the gauge. Well, she's very interested in this project because she wants to make one. It always surprises me when I'm doing something she hasn't done, because she's done everything. So this is the yarn that I'm using, and she had given me this yarn for my birthday. That beautiful purple yarn. Isn't that so pretty? And you do a pinhole cast on, which is kind of tricky to do. And for us crocheters, it's like do crocheting a magic loop. In fact, the Knitting Natty, a lot of people know who the Knitting Natty is. She does a crocheted cast on, and basically she makes a crocheted magic loop and then transfers it to knitting needles to do this. I actually did the knitted cast on. It wasn't that hard. So you start out with, you've still got that hole in there until you get a little bit bigger, and then you're going to close that up. So this is where I'm at so far. Right there. Isn't that pretty? It's working up so pretty. And I think I'm probably going to have to do a couple more inches. Oh, I got this fancy gauge tool that I got from slide the rope until your gauges line up with the inside of your gauge. Let's see if I can do this. I don't think I've got enough. Let's see. Let's just see. I don't think I've got enough, but maybe. I'm trying to do this. So you take your gauge tool and you put it over the stitches. Luckily, I've got some light colored stitches until it lines up perfectly. I think it needs to lay flatter. So you just find one stitch and you lay it up against it. That's not very good. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think we're at 8.5 per inch. Let me try the 8. Nope, that's not as good. Yeah, I think we are at 8.5 per inch. I think that's what that's telling me. I'll have to confirm that. Okay, which would mean something according to this. According to this, that would mean I do 16 for something. 16. I don't know what that means. So, but it tells me something. So I'm going to have to read this more and figure out what that means. So anywho, that's what she picked, was this hat. Because she wants me to really get moving on this. And I want to get to the point where I know what I'm doing so I can just be at the stockinette part when I leave here in, today's that day. I got 3 weeks. I got 2 or 3 weeks before I go. So I'll be plenty far enough along on this, especially since this is going to be my main knitting project now. So this is one of the projects I'm taking with me to work on when I go to Texas. And I'm now leaning on taking this with me because this is going to travel so easy. We'll see. It travels easy and it works up easy, but I do have to pay attention because every 3 rows you change the pattern just a little bit. And if you don't change that pattern, you're going to mess it up. So we'll see. We shall see. So here we are. I think that's so pretty. I'm really liking the way this is working out. So that's what she picked. Surprised me. I mean, I knew she was going to pick knitting. And I knew she'd want me to work on something to get it done. But this one surprised me a little bit. So anywho, that's what we're going to be working on this week. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys spending some time with us. Please like, please subscribe, and please pass this over to somebody you think may enjoy it. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.